evening. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And I want to welcome you to Supernatural Saturday, which is the meditation day from a result of the preceding 3 days. We go live on Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we do a discussion and a Q&A on various subjects. And this week we discussed the concept of ascension. We discussed waking up, and we discussed creation and work, what that means. The most important thing is waking up. We as a species are awakening from a deep slumber of being just basically body, mind mechanisms. And now there's this huge process of awakening unfolding for all of us right now. And today's meditation is about enhancing and expanding and liberating your awareness from being localized exclusively to the body. As long as you believe that the body is the exclusive locus of your identity, in other words, the place where you think you exist exclusively, you cannot become aware of more than what you think you know. And what you think you know is only what you think you know. There is so much beyond what you think you know. What you think you know, you are already familiar with. You can't learn anything new from what you already know. In order to learn something new, you have to step outside of what you already know so that you learn what you do not know. It is what you do not know. It's what you do not know that you learn what is new. You learn and discover what is new from what you do not know, not from what you do know. Most people go through life struggling because they are stuck in a loop of what they already know. So they're doing the same stuff every day over and over again. They do the same job, they meet the same people, they do the same things day in, day out. They're staying within what they know. So there's nothing new coming into their lives. And most people are born, raised, and die never knowing what they do not know. They only end up knowing what they do know. So they never experience anything different. And this has got to change. In fact, it is being changed whether you like it or not. This process of ascension is an organic, energetic process that is happening. It's a natural evolution that's inevitable, and you cannot escape it. It's better to participate deliberately in the liberation of yourself from being localized to being just a body, mind. This is merely an instrument through which you, as an awareness, as a soul, will express who you are. And who you are isn't the thoughts in your mind. Who you are is not the body. These are simply mechanisms that you use. And in today's meditation, we want to assist you in discovering what you do not know beyond what you think you know. If you are willing to let go of what you know, you will discover the beginning of freedom. When you begin to surrender your attachment to what you know, you'll begin to discover freedom. Whether that freedom comes in exploring a new religion or a new philosophy or a new ideology or a new science, you're only going to experience a renewed life by stepping into what you do not know. And that is difficult for many of you because we live in these animal bodies that like to be faced with only familiar things. Your body is used to being in an environment that it knows that it's safe. It knows what to expect because it's an animal. Animals are like that. Animals are habitual. And your body is an animal. It's not who you are. It's an animal that you inhabit while you're in this physical dimension. And you have to learn to rise above its needs to simply be safe and familiar with things and explore beyond its framework of limitation. In order to do that, you must learn to train your body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, so that your soul, your awareness, can move beyond what is familiar to it. And if you can keep your mind and body quiet, then you can go into exploring new things without the fear, the conditioned fear responses of your body, the conditioned fear responses of your mind getting in the way of your exploration of what you do not know. In other words, to go into a new environment, to go to a new country, to read a new book, to go into a new learning experience, you have to be able to rise above the spontaneous and natural fears the body has when it's placed in new and different situations. You literally have to train your awareness to not get caught up in the vibrational spheres of the body. And that takes practice and training. And the way to train it is to teach the body who is in charge of it. There are certain fundamental things like walking and talking or picking up a glass or drinking or driving your car that the body's been trained to do. So it's familiar to the body to pick up a glass. It's familiar to the body to drive your car. It's familiar to the body to go to this place of work where you're going to meet those people. There are many things that your body's been trained to be familiar with. But you want to learn to train your body to go into what it is unfamiliar so that you as a soul can begin to expand your knowledge, your understanding, and your capabilities that you can assert over time, space, and matter. You did not come here to be subjective to matter. You came here to be creative over it. You came here to assert a creative process to give yourself the knowledge and experience that you are a creator. You are a deliberate creator. You are a deliberate creator. You're able to manifest changes in time, space, and matter with your consciousness. And your consciousness is a little different as you are than it is in your body. The consciousness of your body is the consciousness of an animal. The consciousness in your mind is the consciousness of information. The consciousness that you are as awareness is by design able to assert authority over mind and body. But for many people who are lost in mind and body as if it is the self, you are bound then by the conditioning of your mind and your body, whatever you've been taught, whatever your body's familiar with. You're bound then by the conditions that's been programmed into it. And only you as an awareness can take your body and your mind beyond what it is familiar with. In today's meditation, we'll simply have you get to the place where your body is still and quiet and peaceful. Get your mind into that place where it is quiet, calm, and silent. And then allow your awareness, give your awareness the opportunity to feel what it is being like to move your awareness beyond the locality of the body, to move your awareness beyond what is familiar to it. And your awareness, what you are, what you soul, what you, this ascended being that is moving through matter, is seeking to come to is the understanding that you are not bound by time, space, and matter, but they are here to serve you. Time, space, and matter are here to serve you in your creating process. And as easy as you have learned to open and close a hand, you can easily learn to heal the body when you understand the principles of how you learn to open and close your hand. You can apply that to a heart, to a liver, to a nerve, to a gland. You can learn to assert your awareness, your dominion over matter, time, and space to create very precise results, conditions of health. An immune system requires a certain consciousness. A compromised immune system requires a certain consciousness. Just as health and disease are different types of consciousness expressed and manifested. As awareness, you have choice over what you will allow in terms of awareness and consciousness to be resting in your body. It's very important you understand this, that you yourself have power to affect great change once you understand the relationship that you have over your mind, over your body. But you cannot have that relation established until you recognize it is established. That is the truth. And if you cannot make your body still and quiet, and you cannot make your mind still and quiet, then you will not know, that you are the master of the temple. This is the temple in which you reside. It is the city of 9 gates, this body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 gates, the city of 9 gates, wherein is the kingdom of heaven, right? Kingdom of God is within you. It is what you are as a divine consciousness. And when you have dominion over mind and body, you have dominion over matter. But you cannot have that until you can get your mind, your body, into subjectivity to you. And for the most part, this has been done for you. You have been taught how to sit, how to stand, how to eat, how to sleep, what type of job you're going to get, what you should think or what you should not. Most of this you have been taught. You've been conditioned to believe that certain fundamental realities exist and to the degree and extent that you believe what you've been taught as a fundamental reality exists, then it is true for you, even if it is not true for you at the same time. But you can stretch your awareness beyond what you know into what you do not know and begin to affect changes both in your mind and in your body that will give you the opportunity as awareness to create intentionally what you came here to create. For you did come here with a reason for being, a reason for expressing, most of which is within you to remember, to put back together, your awareness to that which you are and the knowledge that you have as who you are. But it will not be found in what you already know in that mind or what you believe in that body. It is found in what you are as a being. And in order to be the being that you are, you must learn to differentiate yourself from body and mind so that you can use them more effectively in your creative process. These are meant to be used by you. You are not meant to be subjected to their conditioning, to their beliefs, to their ideologies. You came here to effect a creation in time, space, and matter that only you, through that form, is capable of doing. But once you are able to distance yourself in awareness from what you already know, from what you think you are, into being what you are as an awareness, as a consciousness, to feel the incredible wonder of your being as consciousness, as awareness, not bound by thought, not bound by matter. In fact, unlimited in the being that you are, unlimited in the scope of information and knowledge that you can access once you can step outside of what you are familiar with, and to step into a limitless place of all possibilities where you can conceive of energy and thoughts and ideas that may not be familiar to you as a body mind, but are well known to you as a creative intelligence, whereas a creative intelligence, you can assert new ideas and information into this form and cause changes in what it will do and be, where it will go, who you will connect with, what you will manifest. It does not come from the outside in now, it comes from the inside out. And this is the ascension. Moving from your subjectivity to matter and mind, you ascend to the awareness that you are as a soul, and you assert the awareness you have of who you are as a being. When you say who I am, when you say these words, you know who I am. And that perspective allows you to assert a dominion over mind, matter, time, and space that is not normally afforded to people that are identified with being exclusively as that body or as that mind. The meditation process is very simple. We do not like complexity. Complexity is a waste of time, but it has benefits when you recognize the simplicity of how your awareness can create complexity with great ease. But in order to get that understanding, you must recognize that this body simply just needs to be still and quiet on your command. There is no time in any moment where you should not have authority to say, be still. There is no time or place where you should not have the authority to say, I am silence. There should be no time where you cannot say, I'm seeking a new creative idea, and it will be given to you. In your limitless potential, in the sense of your being that is not bound by the collection of thoughts, the identity that that body has been given. When you are not bound by that, then who are you? If you are not the thoughts in your mind, if you are not the physical instrument but the operator of it, then who in truth are you? And in that awareness, there is freedom. In that awareness, there is creation. Then you are now in the image and likeness of that which made you. And in that, you are one and the same. And so we invite you to very gently be with us in this short meditation of getting your body to be still. And there is no time, no place, and no circumstance where you cannot assert that authority if you choose. There can be great noises and distractions around you, and you may still assert authority that this form, this mind, will be still and quiet and peaceful. And yet you will still be aware of all else going on around you, but you are not distracted. You can stay in the eye of the storm of this world, and from that perspective, you have choice. You have freedom to not be caught in the storm, but to be the eye of the storm, so that you can utilize the energy of this physical world, of your thoughts, of your mental world, to manifest and generate deliberate creation and deliberate manifestation of events, so that you can contribute, because you did not come here to take from this world, you came here to give to it. All of you did. You came here to give to this world, not to take from it. But many of you have been conditioned to think that your sustenance resides exclusively in matter, that your sustenance resides exclusively in sensation, that your sense of self comes from these things. And this is only partly true, for the self that you are has dominion over sense, has dominion over matter, has dominion over thought. And from that perspective, you are free. And so we will simply ask you in a few moments, before we begin, to understand that in this meditation, it is very simple. It is always very simple to exercise your intention to keep the body very still and quiet, to use the divine assertion of your consciousness, which is your breath, the divine assertion of your consciousness, which is your breath over this body. When you breathe, and you are breathing intentionally, you are applying a divine assertion of consciousness over this body. When you exhale deliberately, you are asserting a divine consciousness over this body. When you keep that body still, you are asserting divine consciousness over the body. It is the divine assertion of your consciousness over matter in the process of breathing. And the next step then is to apply the same process, the divine assertion of your consciousness over thought, with the use of your breath, for mind and body are very intimately connected. Mind and body in this dimension are very intimately connected. Only you can transcend them and assert changes over them deliberately, but mind and body are very connected. So in the divine assertion of your breath, where you draw your breath in, and you release your breath out, and you assert stillness, silence over your body. And you allow the body to become very still. Do not allow it to distract you when it hears a noise, for it is just being a body. Keep it still. Do not allow those itches and twinges to pull your attention away from your assertion of your authority over it. Use your breath. Whenever the body tries to distract you, you use your breath. And when you exhale, you restore your body to deeper stillness, deeper quiet. The same process is true with your mind, which has thoughts and memories and considerations and anticipations. You may use the divine assertion of your breath for even your mind to be still, so that when thought seeks to distract you, you breathe. And when you exhale, you keep your attention and your mind still. The intention of stillness of mind and body become the forerunner of your consciousness. Your awareness is now focused in the understanding that my breath is something I assert to make the body still. You assert that your breath quiets your mind. Do this. Use your breath to still your body. If your body seeks to distract you with sounds or sensations, then draw your breath in and pull your attentions away from the body's distractions. Do this. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, no longer being distracted by the body the same way. And use your breath again to deepen the stillness in the body. And if any thought seeks to distract you, or any memory seeks to distract you, or any anticipatory idea seeks to distract you, assert your breath and breathe stillness into your mind. You can do this. Breathe stillness into your mind. Through the deliberate use of your breath, you are liberating yourself from mind and body. Whether it is the in-breath or the exhale, you liberate your attention from body and thought. And any time a distraction seeks to pull you back into mind and body, use your breath to draw yourself away from mind and body. Use your breath to draw your attention away from mind and body. Now the ascension is beginning. Now your freedom begins. Now the temple is quiet. The temple now begins to serve you instead of you seeking to appease its senses and the incessant thinking. Use your breath at any time. It is a divine assertion of your consciousness when you deliberately breathe. It is a divine assertion of your consciousness over matter, over thought, when you use your breath thusly. Your breath is to pull your distraction away from your body, away from your mind, so that you become conscious again of the awareness that you are, the awareness that you are. And the awareness that you are within what you are, all possibilities may be conceived, considered. New realities and potentials of your being are now available beyond the distractions of body and thought. But first, you must learn that the first step in ascension is to pull your distraction from the body, from thought, to restore yourself to yourself, and not to the self that the world has given you. That self too has a use. When you remodel it and restructure it to be in the image and likeness that you desire it to be, as you desire it to be, when you desire it to be. If you wish this body and mind to be still, then it shall be still. And when you learn to understand this, the peace that you begin to feel at not being distracted by the sounds, the memories, the sensations, to not be distracted by them, you now begin to ascend your consciousness to its rightful place in who and what you are being, and begin to remember, put back together who you are with what made you and what it is that made you, created you to do here. But first, you must get unattached from this form, these thoughts, as being the sole position for identifying who you think you are. You are infinite awareness functioning through a finite point of what you call time and space, but you do not have the confines and limits of body and mind that the body and mind in and of themselves possess. Breathe again. Can you breathe again? Make your body still again. Pull your attention away from distraction with your breath. Pull your attention away from distractions of the body, away from the distractions of your thoughts, your memories, your anticipations. Your breath is sacred. And when you draw your breath in, you pull your attentions away from distraction. You pull your attention away from all distraction. You begin to feel that you are free of distraction. Peace begins to become possible. A choice in your awareness that you can pull your attention away from distraction. We encourage you at every opportunity when you find yourself caught in the distractions of fear or worry or sadness, even the distractions of joy, the pleasure of your senses of taste and smell that can also distract you from who you really are, to use your breath thusly, to ascend your energy from being localized to that body, attached to all the information of that mind, to liberate yourself as awareness so that you can move beyond what you know and begin to receive what you do not know. You can then ask and receive inspiration, divination, guidance, counsel from the very infinite intelligence that is beating the heart in that body and digesting the food in that body and allowing the electricity to work through that physical brain. You did not make electricity, not that you know of yet, but you are capable of differentiating between that form and those thoughts so that you can begin to hear a new world, rediscover who you are as a being, as awareness, to consider, what did I come here for? For you to consider, what did I come into this body, into this world for? Many of you seek to find it in this world. Well, I will find my purpose in this world. I will find my fulfillment in this world. But you are that which you are seeking. You are that which you are seeking. And in order to understand the truth of this, you must still this body, quiet this mind, pull your attentions away from distractions into the being that you are. The being that you are is wondrous, limitless. It is the one that you call the I am, the Christ, the soul. That is what you are. And in your awareness of being even a small degree more awareness of realizing, I am not this body, I am not these thoughts, I am who I am. To the degree you cultivate your awareness of self again, you'll begin to feel more peace, more excitement, more possibility, for you will no longer be limited to the fractional information that's stored within that physical brain and that physical body. You will no longer be confined to the limits of its senses, the limits of memory, the limits of anticipations based on those memories. You begin to find and discover the freedom that is what you are, that you may consider, what is my love to do today? And you may receive the idea, I should write, or I should smell flowers, or I should counsel another, or I shall meditate, or I shall create music. Your work is meant to be love in expression, and love is the true nature of what you are. Love is meant to be your work in expression. If you are simply working for the sake of working, and you're just doing a job, and you're just making money, and you're just making ends meet, does that feel like love to you? If your work is love in expression, then you will delight in all that you do, whether it is to fly a plane or sweep a floor. If your work is your love, is your being love in expression, you will be free to do and be all that you would choose to do and be. There will be no limit. But to get to that place of awareness of what you are, and then to bring the expression of what you are, which is love, into mind and into matter, will create very different manifestations in the experience of your life in this world. Very different than what you know. It will be what you do not know, and it is what you do not know that will enable you to become more of what you are in this physical dimension. You cannot be more of what you are if you're only living from what you think you know, because what you know is restricted to what you know. It is what you do not know that will liberate you. So be willing to explore what you do not know. If you understand what we have said about the breath, the sacred assertion of your breath, to pull distraction, pull yourself away from distraction of body and mind, to restore your awareness to that which you are, then to bring the freedom of what you are back into mind and body, so that you are not just this, or I'm not just that, and I'm not just this name, and I'm not just this label. You liberate yourself to be and do as you will. We will take some questions now, and we hope that you understand that as short as the meditation may have been, if you allowed yourself to experience the assertion of your divinity over matter, to pull your distractions away from body and mind, if you could allow yourself to feel that enough, it will be enough that you can practice this afterwards. In addition to the communication of the vibration that you are experiencing in this communication, that is because there's a degree of what you are that is the same as what we are. There is a point in consciousness where there is no need for separation in order to function effectively. There's no need for separation to function more effectively. In fact, separation diminishes and restricts higher levels of functionality, even in this physical dimension of humanity. You want to liberate yourself. Oh, thank you, guys. Really appreciate that. Good morning, everybody. If you want to support this work, please take the opportunity to go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes, and you can support our Shortcuts for Your Soul and Supernatural Saturday with a small donation every month. As well, you can support by offering a super chat. If you want to prioritize your question, if you want your question answered, use the super chat. I'll get an immediate notification. I'll take those questions first, and we'll start right now. Again, I want to thank the Divine Collective for coming in today. They have come in really powerful today. It's brand new for me. It's really great. Question from Jana. Recently, I accidentally injured my eye with a sharp glass on the beach. It has recovered. It has recovered already. What is it that I am not seeing? It is not the world that will let you see. It is who you are that will let you see. If you do as we suggested, and you pull your distractions away from this physical world, you pull your distraction away from matter and mind, and ask yourself, what do I need to see? You cannot find the answer to this question through your mind or through your body, but you can find it through the nature of who you are as a being. Pull your distractions from mind and matter, body, mind, pull your attentions away from them, and then ask. In that place where you are not distracted, you may ask and you shall receive. You may ask, what do I need to see? Not what am I not seeing, but what do I need to see is the question. What do I need to see is your question. And in that place you shall be answered. Wow, thank you. Thank you, John. Great question. Question from Adam. Can you ask Aphrodite on if she has any message for me, please? They're telling me that's not a really good question to be asking. The question you need to be asking is, who am I? You need to be asking, who am I? What am I here to do? And you cannot find that information, you cannot find that answer in the question of your mind or the question of your body. You can only find that answer in your being aware. Do as we suggested. We like it very simple and practical. Very simple. Breathe. Pull your distractions away from your problems. Pull your distractions away from your body or from your mind. Pull your distraction away from this world. Move your attentions into the space beyond this form, beyond the considerations of that mind. And then ask in that place, and you shall receive. In the place where you know nothing, you know everything. In the place of silence, you can hear. And all things will be answered to you in that place. If you're willing to take yourself there, you're there right now, but you're distracted. Many of you are distracted. Question from IM. During meditation a few days ago, a big roundish brownish face popped up. And who was this? It was abrupt and I reacted. It scared me. Well, this is going to be happening a lot. I'm really glad you brought this up, IM, because this is happening a lot. The multidimensional masters, the ascended beings, the angels, the archangels, the Davic kingdoms, the non-physical beings that are around us all the time are starting to interact. The space the separateness between matter and energy and consciousness is diminishing. Because I had a little being come flying in here today. This little winged creature came flying, and it was all of light, and it flew by me while I was doing dishes earlier. And it flew by me, and as it flew by me, it said, we are here in form with all of you. Their original forms, just so you know, that being, by the way, was Buddha, was appearing to you, Buddha. Again, many of us would naturally respond in fear and shock when they appear to us. Right? We've had our kettle popping on by itself and turning off by itself. We've had lights coming on and going off by themselves. And I asked, what's going on, guys? And they said, we are preparing you so that you will not fear us when we come. And so they can appear to us when you're in a state closer to love and not fear. They can connect with you. They can literally connect directly with you. Lower vibrational beings, what some people call dark entities, will connect with you on a lower vibration of fear. But the higher ascended beings, if you suddenly perceive them and you go into a state of fear, you literally break the connection. You can join in love, but you cannot stay connected in fear. So the next time you do your meditation, keep your attention away from body, keep your attention away from mind, keep your focus on being in a vibration of love and remain in that vibration. Do not let when they appear to you, do not be distracted by them. Just stay in that vibration of love and observe. If you can remain in that vibrational frequency of love, you will not be upset by them. There are many of these beings. I mean, there are far more of these beings than there are human beings, right? And they're available for everybody. It's just a matter of being able to tune your awareness and your consciousness to that frequency, much the same way you can tune a radio to a different station. You have to tune your energy to their frequency. And love, not fear, is the energy of the ascended masters. Love, not fear, is the energy of the divine creator. Love, not fear, is the energy of the angels and the archangels. And fear and love are different vibrations. Learn to keep yourself away from distraction, especially in your meditations. Remember that. Keep your attention on the vibration of your being, which is love. Stay in love. And when they appear, then you can connect to them on that frequency. They won't just suddenly pop in and pop out. And that's what happened, right? They popped in. You were in a state of beautiful bliss. They popped in. It startled you. You went into fear. You broke the connection. That's all that happened. But they're available to everybody. And more during this ascension process of our consciousness, more and more often people are seeing physical manifestations, hearing physical manifestations. And it's natural and normal. But be in a state of higher vibrational consciousness. Physically be vibrationally high, mentally be vibrationally high, have your thoughts, your emotion, your energy aligned to love so that you're not attracting lower vibrational frequencies. Stay tuned into the higher ones. And you can literally do it in a simple breath. As they said, you can literally in a single breath, you can pull your attention away from fear. You can pull your attention away from matter. You can pull your attention away from mind and be free. Very fascinating. Excuse me. Question from Faradiba. For the past year plus, I have been seeing number palindromes. What is it that my guides want me to pay attention to? Please and thank you. As you know, we were instructed to create a mediumship program to train people how to hear, call forth, identify specific guides, guardian angels, archangels, Pleiadians, whatever beings that you are in alignment with energetically, the beings that your soul is in alignment with energetically. And in that process of learning to connect to them, you can feel their presence. When you get something like that captures your attention, you can simply close your eyes, calm your body, calm your mind, and learn the process of asking and hearing, not from what you think you know, but what you feel is a vibration. Again, we teach this in our mediumship course, which is coming up April 23rd, Mediumship 101 course. You can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and sign up for the course and develop the skill set to make yourself more sensitive, to how these beings are around you, to actually learn how to feel them as an energy, because they're around you. You know, it's like this light spectrum here, or the spectrum of cold or heat. We become aware through our bodies the difference between cold and heat. But so too is the energy of non-physical beings, whether it's an archangel or an ascended master or the divine creator or your higher self. They operate at different levels of energy. And when you can tune your awareness to sense the different levels of energy, like you learn to sense hot and cold, you can also learn to sense the energy of Master Jesus, or the energy of the divine collective, or the energy of God, or the energy of infinite source, right? Wonderful. Question from Lysandra. My aunt wants a message from her mother. Wow. Just give me a moment here, because there's a great deal of joy to be remembered. Remind her of joy. Remind her of joy. She must be reminded of joy. And what do you mean by that? She has to understand that she must relinquish the sorrows. It's time to relinquish her sorrows. Remember joy. Remember joy. Do you mean like literally joy? Yes. Literally be in joy. To remember, to reconnect, to enjoy in her joy. Release all that other stuff. Let it all go. That other stuff's not important. Thank you. Thank you, Lysandra. That was beautiful. My hair's still standing on end. She's saying something about a container, a purse, a bag, something about a purse or a bag, something about a purse or bag that she put something in that she wants her to find it. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I'm seeing brown straps, brass, but there's something in a purse or a bag that she's left. I get that it's more like a purse because of the texture I'm seeing. Like a brown leather purse, but there's something that was left in there that you need to recover from that. She needs to recover that from that. I've got time enough for one more question, guys. And Daniela, the elderly mother of my girlfriend in Italy hurt her wrist and has intestinal infection and colics suddenly. Will she recover from the intestines? Wow. If she can release her attachment to her bitterness, if she can release her attachment to her anger, if she can release her attachment to her disappointment, the possibility of recovery becomes an actual potential. But we keep her in this place of where she's running back and forth to her suffering, the familiarity of her suffering. She wants to be free of it, but she does not know of anything else. She must release her attachment to her suffering, and the body will heal. She must release her attachment to its suffering, so it will heal. Now, you must understand that your body complies with you more than you realize. And in your frustration, in your anger, in your uncertainty, you are giving the body specific requests of how you wish it to be. And that may be suffering and that may be joy, but you are always in what you are being in thought and in emotion, giving your body specific commands of what it is you desire it to be. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the 101 too, Marnie. Yep. One more question from Tanya. I left Kuan Yin coming into my heart space today for the first time. Does she have a message? Return to this space. Live in this space. Live in this space. And know that the being that you are is as I am. Once you recognize who you are, you will not need to seek it from another, for that which you seek is what you are. Go back to the meditation and reclaim that with her. I want to say thank you to everybody today for your questions, your considerations. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here today, please subscribe to the channel. Click Click the notification bell so you'll know when we come live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to say, have a wonderful, a joyful day. And thank you for all your love, your light, your clarity, your attention, your focus. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.